In order for us to start, we'll need to create an HTML file. HTML is an abbreviature for Hypertext Markup Language, and it's been invented at the early 90s. And HTML is the well-known standard for creating web pages. It's a text-based format with using tags, so you're going to need the Angular brackets to form its design, and we're going to create a sample test document now for starters. So I'm using Linux for our training, but you can use any sort of operating system, as you don't need any specific tools, just a very basic text editor and file manager for this. So in our folder, I'm going to create an empty document that I'm going to name as test.html, and I'm going to open it with my Wacom text editor, which might be Notepad or Notepad++ for you, or some IDE if you want to be more advanced. So in order to start, we need to set the doc type HTML at the beginning. No worries, you don't need to remember that. You can find it pretty much everywhere. This is the standard for the HTML5 files, but we are going to cover the very basic tags for beginners. As we said, HTML is composed from tags, and a tag is a structural entity for the language, which is some string literal that's surrounded with Angular brackets. The root element of every single HTML document is HTML, and it looks like this. We have an opening tag that has an opening Angular bracket, the HTML, which is currently for our core tag, and the closing Angular bracket. Every single opening element has its own corresponding closing element, with some small exceptions. So our opening HTML tag needs to have a closing HTML tag as well. A closing tag looks exactly as the opening tag, but in addition to the opening Angular bracket, we also have a slash sign, which means HTML. And now this is our HTML document. In addition to that, we have two main concepts of data that are stored in an HTML document, and in other words, every single HTML document is broken into two main entities: the head, which is the heading section, and the body, which is the actual section with the real content for our HTML document. We can create the head document here with, again, an opening head tag and a closing head tag, and we can also create the body element here. The best practice for development is actually indenting every single element which is inside of another element. As you can see, both head and body are placed inside of the HTML tags, so it makes sense for the data inside to be in. Now, the head tag is usually used for some meta information, which means that the actual content of a document is not stored there, so we are not going to use it for now. However, the body tag is used for representing the actual content, so we are going to provide some snippets inside. Let's just type in some text, which is going to be "Hello, I'm a test page." I'm going to save my document, get back here and open it in my favorite browser. I'm double clicking to the document, and we're going to see the "Hello, I'm a test page." If you're using, say, a Windows, it's probably going to be something like c:/documents or users or whatever / your test.html document. The path right now doesn't matter, as we say that it is going to be different depending on your operating system. What matters here is that you have that content, which is the content that you provided in your HTML document. You didn't have to change anything, you just had to type it down here within your body tag. This is all for now. In the next section